Hi, YouTube. It's Angela. We're here to do a soul guidance reading for this current week, the beginning of September. We're looking to the cards and bringing in spirit to give us some direction, give us something to focus on, something to work on within our being. And I'm using the Zen-based tarot deck for the guidance for the spread, and also this Earthcraft Oracle for the lead oracle card. So that card that I pulled is You Are Sacred. You know, your mind, body, and spirit are really the only things that are completely within your control, right? Your you've been given all of this, by the divine at birth, mind, body, soul, your own unique trifecta of these elements of your being. And you own that. You get to own that and let it shine through, regardless of what's going on around you, regardless of what others need or say or see you as. You are worthy. You were worthy because you are. Because you are you exist, right? You are worthy because you exist. There's no need to prove or earn your worth or any activity or any way of showing up that has to occur in order for you to have worthiness. That is already inherent in the fact that you are alive and you are here. So, the guidance there is to let your light shine from inside and speak your truth and live in your truth, as much as possible. This is a powerful card, the sacredness, that uniqueness of your own being, your inner being, your persona, the physical body that you live in, that is unique to you. And a lot of times we spend a lot of time looking outside ourselves for the validation or the acceptance from others, as to who we are, how we present, whatever. We look outside of ourselves to find that worth when, like I said, it's already inherently baked in to who you are. You became a human being when you were born, and that was the moment that that your worthiness showed up, right? That just because you're here, you're worthy. All of us are. So this is really powerful, especially when we talk about, be your full self, be authentic. This goes a little deeper than that, because being able to say, oh, I'm going to be authentic, I'm going to speak my truth, when within we're not really feeling that worthiness. It's almost like we're just trying to speak our way into feeling that. This is not for everyone. Not everyone feels unworthy, but a lot of times, there's a little corner of us that is feeling that we don't measure up in some way. And the truth is, you are worthy. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to earn it. So that's beautiful. So now I've created a Zen spread, a tarot spread, my tree spread, and let's see what the cards say. Let's dive a little deeper into this realization of your sacredness. Okay, the first card that I got is projections. This is what we're saying: no matter what others think, what others expect of you, what you might expect from others in order to make you feel more worthy, trying to live up to another's version of who you should be or who you are in order to prove your worthiness. That all is the starting point. It's all sort of reflecting on the ways that you might hide your light or bypass it, in order to fit in your external world, or quiet your opinion, or don't speak up when something's important to you for fear of rocking the boat, right? That's our starting point. It's finding those moments and those spaces and being aware, just having an awareness of when we do that, when we bend our own uniqueness in order to fit into the world, right? There's no real need for that. I know society and all that we're talking energetic, because society, when we get into that, that's like too much of a thing to navigate through. There's so much disapproval and judgment, and that, coming at us, at any given time, especially, with the age of the internet. It's just a little too much. But we're talking energetically, we're talking within your own spirit and within your circle of close loved ones, how you can live in your honesty and live in your truth without the fear of comparison or of being judged. Internally and within you, to support this awareness of where we may project expectations or try to live up to others' expectations, within us is the comparison card. I know I just said that earlier, but within us, we know that comparing the way, we are with another or with another's expectation is kind of a useless endeavor, because we already established, you are worthy. You are sacred. And so we know that within us, we do that. We'll compare. Like if I'm walking down the street and I don't know, a bunch of people are out and then someone's wearing the same thing I am, but they look better in it or whatever, you know what I mean? Then we automatically want to go to that comparison, when really just bringing it back to self, bringing it back to the honoring of your true uniqueness, that usually brings you that power back. Comparing is disempowering in a way. It kind of takes us off of our own truth, because we're involving another or another version. We're letting that in to our consideration, and that's not honoring our sacredness. So that 1-2 punch of the expectations others have, or the way we project, how we want to be seen, in a forced way, those all within us, we know that is sort of a mental trick that we play on ourselves, and it's not really necessary. And by realizing those two components, that there's nothing I need to do to prove my worth, and I am unique. I don't need to compare myself to others because I'm unique. The combination of those two realizations results in knowing you are complete as is. You are complete as is. This is an intuitive knowing, right? With that final puzzle piece being put in the third eye. But that is a powerful starting line here for this reading. It's just setting the standard, setting that basis for dropping comparison, being in our own truth, living it fully and with strength, with inner strength, and then realizing we are complete and whole as we are. Beautiful starting point. Now we want to take that and we want to elevate it a little, right? Because always it's reaching for that next phase, that next step, that higher awareness that we want to achieve. And the key to getting there, right, lies in this card. That's the pivot, sort of, to release some of this old, the old version and the old way that we perceive things, and release that and move to a higher perspective. And I got no thingness. And this is asking us to release expectations, right? We worked on that a little bit with the projection card, and actually that card comes right below that in this spread. So it's just really taking an effort to be blank, be neutral, be in the no thingness, right? Not attached to any outcome, not attached to any form of acceptance from others. That is not going to prove your worth. Your worth is already inherent. And if you build on that and grow that from within, now you're moving around, maybe around some people that expect different from you, or maybe around some people that judge you, but with your shoring up your self-worth from within first, their opinions don't really matter. They don't have an impact on the way you live your life and the way you choose to be and the things you choose to say. So that's an important card. This isn't something that is immediate, like, okay, I'm just going to not attach to anything and I don't care, and here I am. It's a process, and it probably takes, several gentle reminders to sort of release the mental, the act of comparison, to release some of that within, and then more and more stepping into your uniqueness and your sacredness, and carrying that forward on your path. So now we reach the next level. The higher self, steps in and takes us along. Now that we've established that we don't have to accept what others expect of me, I can be my full self, be around those that are different from me and love me the same. Or, because every one of us in a way is completely different from the other, right? It's just when some of those differences show up externally on the outside, or like in the way we present, the way we dress, the life we choose to lead, those who we choose to love, whatever those elements of our full true self are, sometimes that, we're uncomfortable sometimes releasing that and showing up fully as ourselves. So that no thingness card is a key, and it may be needed to be repeated over and over. Like, I release all expectation, right? So now we get to that higher level, and our higher self tells us, yippee, you're on a new path. We got the Fool. So this is our way of saying, okay, yeah, there was a time when I needed to fit in more. I dressed the same as my friends. I said the same, a lot of this time, we are kind of mindlessly doing it just because, we want to belong. That's our whole theme usually as human beings, is we want to belong. But remember, our core card is you already do. You already do belong. Your worthiness is baked in. So, but now with this new realization and being able to release the need to fill other people's expectations, now we get a fresh start. We get to feel this beginning of this path of a new way of doing it, a new way of presenting, without fear, kind of with eagerness. This guy is ready to step off that cliff at any moment. He doesn't care. He's got flowers in his hand. He's ready to go see his love, start on a new path with the flowers, and may fall right off that cliff, but knows that that's a risk he takes, is to go with this fresh start, with this fresh way of being, and trusting that that's the path. Because if not, it feels like just a lot of work and energy put into fitting into someone else's mold. So remembering that worthiness and taking off in a new direction with that knowledge is important. Internally and within you, that supports this sort of new direction that you're taking within, I got maturity. So this is that, the more you experience, and the more time you're here, and the more you experience, the more you really begin to sort of whittle away at the things that don't matter as much, like fulfilling someone else's desire, fulfilling someone else's need of who you need to be is one powerful thing that we start to sort of release as we gain wisdom. It's more and more, what's right for me. And that's what leads you in your new direction. And I love that. And you have the support and the history and the experience and the knowledge within you to carry you forward in this new way. And then our final card at the top, and the way this all manifests in your external world, I got celebration. I love it because, this is, this is the new me. It's not really the new you. It's been you all along, but you're releasing this version where, leading with love and leading with your self-worth, you can be out and connect and receive love from others, regardless of how you show up, right? Just showing up as your authentic self. And that's the key there. So this is a good little spread. I liked the I liked the core message. And, you know, it's important to realize and to recognize and live our sacredness. And like I said, that's already you at the core of it all. What we do, you know, when we're small is we start to fit into the molds, right? We start to try to adapt to what others need. You know, we listen to our parents and authority and know I have to behave this way in order to be accepted, which is, it's a pretty natural progression that happens in childhood. But then as we, you know, age and mature and start to really experience life from our own vision, our own unique vision, we can play with that a little. We can drop some of that sort of, you know, backbends that we do for the sake of others, you know, acceptance, which, you know, it's almost like if someone really is going to need you to be different than who you really are in order to love you, does that person need that much weight and value in your life? Or can you just separate from it, be your full self, and still love the other? Okay, I pulled 3 little sort of ending tarot cards here to remind us of this journey of you know, living out our sacredness. I got receptivity. This is remaining open, because true, as sometimes as you start to reach this point where, you know, this is how I'm going to do it. It's up to you if you want to come along or if you want to accept it, but that's okay if you don't. It sort of, it could create ripples in your life. There are, you know, some people that are totally bought in and totally needing you to remain the same. And once you start changing and maturing and shedding some layers and, you know, becoming more of, you know, stepping more into your own light, it throws others off, because the agreement was that you would remain the same for them to stay comfortable. And sometimes when we change that, it throws people off. So staying open to some of these changes. Some people may fall away. Some connections there might be a distance. Sometimes it's okay, I need to take a break and then come back to this, right? Just because things are changing and I don't know what to do. But stay open to the path ahead, because being able to stay aligned within and receive the new information is going to be an important factor in your journey. And then internally, I pulled moment to moment. This is within you. This is knowing that right now I'm on this boulder and with my eyes closed, and I really don't know what's coming next, but I will know when it's there. If I'm in this moment fully with my energetic feet directly under my body, then in the moment that it's time to move, I will recognize it and I will move to that moment, and then I will be present there. So this is just slowing it down within, not expecting too much, staying open to what comes that flows through you. And like I said, if it shakes up some connections to shine your full light, have patience with that, because sometimes it all works itself out. And then the final card and the external combination of this receptivity and moment to moment is transformation. Now you're really making changes. Now you're transforming from, it starts from within. It always starts from within, and you're shifting into your full version of yourself. And now in your external world, you start to see the changes. You start to see that new people gravitate towards you because they love this fully expressive, fully unique version of you. Familiar and old people you might become closer because they're honoring your journey. Some, like I said, may fall away, but they also may come back. So all of that transformation is occurring, but it's starting from within. And that's where it always starts. That's where it starts for all of us, every time. Okay, I think that will do it for now. It's good to be here. Good to see you guys. Subscribe to my newsletter on my site. I will put a link right here, and also check out my blog. And the newsletter is sort of tied into the blog every week. And I'm making moves here at Grounded Dreamers, making things bigger and adding more features as we go. That's it for now. Love you guys.